recording? Okay, cool. Hello and welcome to AaronLujan.com. My name is Aaron Lujan, and this is our first broadcast. We're actually broadcasting live right now on ustream.tv/Aaron Lujan, and this is going to be rebroadcast on AaronLujan.com and subrepublic.net. This is our second video blog. I'm partnering with subrepublic.net, Charlie Ferguson. We're airing live from Los Angeles, and today we're going to be discussing vitamin D. Basically, about a couple weeks ago, I read a news story on naturalnews.com, why you've never heard the truth about vitamin D. And this article was based on a University of Copenhagen study that found the Department of Immunology and Microbiology discovered that vitamin D, the vitamin, is crucial to activating our immune system by arming our T cells to fight infections. Now, the reason why this is so, in my opinion, newsworthy is there's a vitamin D deficiency in this country. A majority of Americans don't have enough vitamin D in their system. And what the University of Copenhagen discovered is that vitamin D is crucial into arming our immune system to fight things like cancer, influenza. There's actually a quote from a scientist. Scientists have known for a long time that vitamin D is important for calcium absorption, and the vitamin has also been implicated in diseases such as cancer and multiple sclerosis. But what we didn't realize is how crucial vitamin D is for actually activating the immune system, which we know now. So essentially, if we have an epidemic of vitamin D deficiency in this country, and there's millions of people that are suffering from all different kinds of cancers and sicknesses, it would make sense that we should be educating the public on the fact that vitamin D is essentially their resource to be able to get healthy again. And so the question I pose to you guys is, why do you think, in light of this new study, that the public, the mainstream media, Fox News, ABC, CNN, aren't ringing the bells and letting us know that if we just got out in the sun more, we would essentially be cured or at least prevent a lot of these major illnesses. So what I'd like to show you guys right now is just a video clip that was done by a local news source to kind of give you a perspective on what I'm trying to talk about. So Charlie, if you want to zoom in on this.
When a nasty flu struck California's Atascadero State Hospital, Dr. John Cannell made an interesting discovery.
I know my patients were exposed to influenza, but none of them got sick.
Why? One reason could be that 30 of Cannell's patients had been given vitamin D on a regular basis. That got Cannell thinking more and more about the vitamin's benefits and safety.
Child's never gotten into a vitamin D cabinet and gotten poisoned. That's happened hundreds and thousands of times with Tylenol or aspirin or other things.
Medical writer Bill Sardi says if vitamin D were a drug, its benefits would make it the most popular ever.
Because we're talking about diabetes and hypertension, and bone diseases, osteoporosis, and arteriosclerosis, and cancer, and autoimmune disease, and the list goes on.
Scientists found that list is so long because vitamin D actually regulates cells, systems, and organs throughout the body.
So that brings up another point that the article was also discussing, which is this deficiency issue. And I just wanted to share with you some of the evidence. This is CBC News. This is a Canadian news source. McGill Research has discovered that low levels of vitamin D is linked to muscle fat and decreased strength in young people, and that there's an epidemic of vitamin D deficiency. So the new study, which is getting published, is showing that that we're basically just deficient. And then another, I thought, interesting article was also in the Hindustan Times. Again, these are all foreign news wires. We're not getting this in the United States. This is talking about vitamin D deficiency is leading to obesity. And if we've been following the mainstream news lately, you see the president's wife talking about trying to fight childhood obesity and how obesity is a big issue and Americans are fatter than they've ever been before. This article actually sheds light that was provided by the Indo-Asian News Service out of Toronto, that there's groundbreaking research from the McGill University Health Center found an astonishing 59% of those who were studied had too little vitamin D in their blood. nearly a quarter had more serious deficiencies of vitamin D, and they're linking this to increased body fat. Abnormal levels of vitamin D are associated with cancer, osteoporosis, diabetes, as well as cardiovascular autoimmune disorder. And then this other article talking about vitamin D triggers and arms the immune system. This is from Telegraph out of the UK. And then even ABC did a story, ABC News Technology. Scientists find why sunshine vitamin D is crucial. So the evidence is out there. We're getting a lot of bits and pieces hidden in ABC, hidden in foreign news wires, but the evidence is overwhelming. We have University of Copenhagen studies, we have the McGill research, we have all these trustworthy news sources really just explaining to us not only there's an epidemic, but it's contributing to obesity. It could prevent 3 out of 4 cancers. It's preventing other illnesses, that if we have vitamin D in our immune system, that we're much more equipped to be able to fight these diseases. It's also no coincidence that we should spend more time indoors. I mean, ask yourself, how much time are you indoors versus outdoors? I mean, I think a lot of people are working 9 to 5 indoors, then they run in their cars, then they run in their air-conditioned homes. Just from my personal experience, a lot of my friends that are getting sick all the time are my friends that are constantly indoors all the time, work inside, live inside, play inside, not really getting out in the sun. And then on the other hand, you have billions and billions of dollars that are being spent on cancer drugs, billions of dollars that are being spent on treating illnesses. We have a $1 trillion healthcare system that's really it's sick care. You only go to the hospital when you get sick. Are we really, especially in the United States, spending money on preventing illness as opposed to treating illnesses? So, you got to ask yourself, if the evidence is there, if we know that the sun provides vitamin D, and a majority of the population aren't getting vitamin D, and the evidence is showing that we could prevent 3 out of 4 cancers, if we could prevent, or at least be less likely to become obese, if we could prevent getting sick by having sufficient vitamin D, then why aren't we being told that there's this free option? We just go outside. And maybe you'll find your answer in the facts. Again, I'm not here to tell you, what's true or not, because I really don't know. But ask yourself, when's the last time you've seen a drug commercial? If people all of a sudden were not getting sick anymore, not getting cancer anymore, what would happen to the pharmaceutical industry? What would happen to mainstream media? When I watch mainstream media, I see pharmaceutical drug commercials, Levitra, ED commercials, antidepressants. There's this whole $1 billion industry, that surrounds, weight and obesity. So, I really just encourage you guys to do your research. Look at the facts. Look at the University of Copenhagen study. Look at the research that was done by, I think it was the CBC News did a study, the MUHC, the McGill research. But most importantly, check out naturalnews.com. This is where I got the information. Why you've never been heard the truth about vitamin D. I don't know, Charlie, if you want to get a close-up of this little cartoon here. We got a picture of vitamin D, like the Superman hero, and he's got the FTC on him, he's got the FDA on him, he's got oncology, NCI, Big Pharma. It just kind of is a illustration of maybe what the truth is all about. So, that's all as a camera. We weren't really prepared today. Vitamin D is not the biggest issue in the world, but we just kind of use this as an issue today because there is truth in it, and it is important. Cancer is a very serious issue. Sickness is a very serious issue. If we have the sun to prevent some of these illnesses, as opposed to taking all these drugs, to me that just seems like a better option. I'm sure you would agree. But really, the point of today was just getting our name out there, working out the kinks of our broadcast. We encourage you guys to check us out next time. We're going to be rebroadcasting this on aaronlujan.com. I encourage you to follow me on Twitter. My Twitter handle is twitter.com/Aaron Lujan. And subrepublic.net. It'll be syndicated on subrepublic.net. Check that out. Not just me, but there's a lot of great content on there. emerging artist, just subculture, just really interesting stuff. Um, and yeah, just stay tuned. We're going to be covering some major issues, and I just thank you for your time, and stay in touch. God bless.